Hello again, Eric here with another lightning review on another Star Wars comic. This time we're looking at the Princess Leia miniseries from 2015. And this one was not as exciting as some of the other ones I've read. It's Princess Leia is figuring out, what do I do with myself in the aftermath of Episode 4, the destruction of the Death Star. And the Alliance is wanting to kind of keep her under wraps, hide her. Because the Empire, understandably, has got a huge bounty on her head. Since, she kind of transmitted the plans that destroyed the Death Star and escaped from Imperial custody. Little things like that. Kind of one of the leaders of the Alliance, so on and so forth. Needless to say, it's understandable why the Alliance wants to keep her under wraps. But Princess Leia, being Princess Leia, does not want anything to do with that. But she's still not really sure what she should do. So she decides, after a little conversation with a fellow Alderaanian who doesn't really approve of Leia's apparently emotionless response to the destruction of her homeworld. This other Alderaanian, Evan, an X-Wing pilot, she decides to sign on with Leia to go and try to gather together the remaining Alderaanians, whoever was off-world when the planet was destroyed, which... Of course, this is Star Wars. Galactic travel isn't a terribly huge deal. And, so there's Alderanians all over the place. But the Empire is also apparently trying to wipe them out. So Leia's like, well, we're going to gather everybody together and try to come up with something to do that is going to, kind of try to protect everybody. And so she sets out on a quest to find everybody, and she does. Of course, doesn't go smoothly. She has to deal with bounty hunters and the Empire, who seem to be able to find her a little too easily. Part of that is because of an unintentional spy that they pick up along the way. Someone whose sister is actually in the employ of the Empire, and is using their communications to basically track them down. Not a good thing. Naturally, they find this and they kind of use it. They use it to their advantage a little bit and put a stop to it. But the series does lack a little bit of the punch, a little bit of the excitement that you might be used to with Star Wars. You do get plenty of good Princess Leia. You get Princess Leia using her brains and her determination to get out of a lot of hairy situations, including one where she and Evan come across a group of Alderaanians who they really don't seem to like Leia very much, at least at first. In fact, Jorah, the leader of this group, kind of almost kills Leia. That is until Leia saves her bacon from an Imperial squad that comes to kill them all. Again, using primarily her brains as opposed to her blaster, which I think is exactly the right Leia thing to do. Not that Leia can't use a blaster. She certainly does. But her primary weapon is her intellect, and she uses it to great effect. She also uses her compassion, her understanding to great effect as well. When they find the spy, she doesn't just say, execute her, like Jorah wants to do. She actually finds out what's going on and realizes, oh, this person wasn't really a spy. She had no idea what was going on whatsoever. Didn't even know her sister was working for the Empire. So, she's understanding. And again, they make a decent use of this fact. And in any case, everything comes to a head on another planet, Spirion, I think it is. And there's a bunch of half Alderaanians there who Jorah doesn't approve of. Jorah is kind of the jerk of almost the primary villain of this miniseries, which again is another thing that I'm not a huge fan of. Just, I don't know. It just comes off as forced, I guess, in a lot of ways, but to each their own. In that case, naturally, there's a big space battle, and the Alderaanians win. And that's pretty much all that happens in it. Leia again has done really well. I like the character of Evan. She's very critical of Leia at first. It takes a long time for Leia to win her confidence. Evan follows her not because she likes Leia, but because she's loyal to the she's loyal to the royal family of Alderaan, which the royal family is a bit of a misnomer apparently, because at the end Leia's like, okay, we got everybody together. We do need to find a new homeworld, and but I need to get back to the Alliance and get back to the business of taking down the Empire. Which Evan's like, well, but our people kind of need their leader. They need their princess. So Leia's response is, so elect a new one. Apparently they have a Naboo-like system that involves electing royalty. Whatever, I guess. But it does kind of call into question the whole, well, so she's a princess. Presumably that would have made her parents the king and queen. Obviously her adopted parents, Bail, and honestly I can't remember the name of Leia's adopted mother to save my life. Just can't do it. But whatever. Apparently that would make them king and queen, right? Maybe not. Maybe his princess is just an elected office. I don't know how that works. I haven't read any of the new canon novelizations, so I honestly don't know. The answer's probably out there. I just don't know what it is. So anyway, and of course that is what winds up happening. You can tell because at the end of the series, there's a shot of Evan with white robes and everything on, and Leia goes back to the Alliance, which incidentally may play into why in the new movies in Episode 7, Episode 8, Leia is referred to as General Organa as opposed to Princess or presumably Queen Organa, even though that never came up in Episodes 5 and 6. But, continuity has always been a little tricky for Star Wars and expanded universe stuff. So anyway, to sum up, I like the way Leia's done in this comic. Evan has done well. The story in and of itself, it makes sense that Leia would go and do something like this. I just think it could have been executed a little bit better. It is about all. But in any case, again, if you're interested, check it out. I think the whole series goes for regular price on like $9 on Comixology, and of course, cheaper when it's time for those wonderful sales that they run. So anyway, until next time, may the Force be with you.